So, I haven't met her in a very long time. But the beauty of, online, the world is, you almost feel like you're connected every day with the person. So, congratulations to her. We're going to come to her because she's had some really big news. एक नहीं है, दो बहुत सारी हैं यार. In the last 6-7 months, and I've loved it. Nushrratt, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Salil. Thank you.
It's all coming and falling into place. And with you, my dear friend, it had started to fall into place. I remember the last time we went to Shiddat ke time pe, and it really looked like it was falling into place. And now I feel everyone's time is coming. Your time has come, and it's fantastic. Sunny, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
The two of you have so much to talk about. It happens with a lot of actors also. I think the last 3 years, a lot of actors have had a lot to talk about. Their releases, their films, how busy they are.
Yeah.
With you, I've been waiting for the day, years ago when we used to meet, how busy you will become, and you are that busy now.
Yeah.
When it finally comes on, you know how when you meet a star that you like, suppose, when you meet them, the reality is a little different. Your star नहीं था, ये जो सपना था तुम्हारा जो real हो गया है, is it the same or is the reality different?
No, it's actually the same.
Yeah?
This is exactly how I want it to be. I'm somebody who loves working. I love being on a set. Even if you tell me, okay, you have a break and you're off, I'll call somebody who's shooting and say, can I come and sit on your set?
Wow.
I'll just come and chill with you.
Nice.
I'll sit behind the monitor just because I want to watch other people perform, other people act, you direct, somebody else doing lights. I just like the whole world of cinema too much. And I don't know whether I learn too much from it or not, but I just know that that will still impact me in some way. And I'll go home happier and I'll sleep well instead of sitting at home all day. That's just me. So the fact that I'm from one set to another, from one city to another, traveling all the time. And I say this, and Sunny's heard me say this, that I don't think personally what I do, I don't think I can pull this kind of a schedule off if I don't actually absolutely love what I do. Because
no, that's for sure. And
that's
because
purely
unlike a lot of people from outside of the industry who've had, I mean, it's obviously been very chaotic for the last 2 years. You all have been very busy shooting, and stuff, So I think that's obviously helped also because you were almost like in a cocoon, all of you all. So I think that also changed the equation for a lot of people in the last 2 years.
Totally. Like it's changed me as a person, it's changed my equations, it's changed the way I work, it's changed the way I see everything actually, everything. So,
you seem more business-like now.
Do I?
Yeah. Right, so we've got 20 minutes to finish this. After that, let me see, I'm going to have my green tea. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Is that your schedule also now?
It's I flow with it. I flow with it.
And you're somebody who, I remember when we first met also, Sunny, the online love that you had was incredible then also.
Yeah.
And I was actually surprised by that.
Yeah.
Because you hadn't done that much at that time 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But the people have really taken to you, and I think that really helps a performer when you directly have a one-on-one with the audience.
With the audience, absolutely.
Even in this film, Arman and Amal have had a fantastic equation with the audiences.
Yeah.
And I've known Arman also for a long time, and every time he sort of comes up with a track which is so brilliant in this film also. Audiences directly, you go to YouTube, you check their writing comments.
It's all Arman, Amal, Bhai, Dono. Yeah, but they've done a beautiful job with recreating this song.
But they've also taken the pains to connect with the audiences.
Yeah.
And I think you have too as well. So is that something that also you've enjoyed a lot? Like, knowing that's my friend, not a fan. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's like my supporter.
No, that happens with me, and that happens organically. It's like because when people take a step to appreciate somebody, they like to be reciprocated. Like if I go tomorrow and tell somebody that, oh man, I loved your work. Yeah. It's nice when they reciprocate that feeling and say thank you so much, and have a chat, a conversation for like a minute. It's nice to have that. So I always try to do that, with the audience and the fans and the people who are, and I feel I'm truly blessed to have this kind of an audience watching.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, you have a film that comes out, for example, it didn't come out in the theaters. So there's always that. क्या वो पसंद कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं? Are they just liking? A lot of people just are liking ताकि मेरे को retweet मिल जाए. ये सच है यार. Online audiences ऐसे होते हैं.
Yeah, नहीं, but online it's even more transparent now because people when you open your Twitter or when you open your Instagram and your DMs and all, people will not spend. I've got monologues and I've got videos of people crying after watching Shiddat, and I'm not kidding. I'm not over exaggerating. I don't need to, but people won't spend that kind of time. And effort into writing that message and sending it to you, or even appreciating in one line, it touched them, which is why they are saying that, and I'm really grateful for that.
And even with Shori, Vishal was somebody who I've known for a very long time.
Oh, really?
Because I know his wife. We used to do yoga together.
Oh, yeah. She's a yoga teacher.
Yeah. Very difficult yoga teacher. Very
Really?
impossible.
Oh, I'm not going to her then. I was going to go to her, I said I'm not going now.
But I was so he always had a kida about horror.
Yeah.
And I remember at that time, so we were doing some marketing campaign and I said, "Arey, this to has Nushrratt in it," and it did so well online. And again, I would never have pictured you doing something like that. Which is why I'm so excited by your career choices in the last couple of years. Conscious, because you're saying I want to break away from. I remember there was a time when people would say that, is this going to be like another Preeti Zinta? You know, that would be the imaging that people have thought of you. Have you tried to break that?
There was definitely a conscious effort in trying to do something I've not done before.
Yeah.
I think that's my modus operandi. I don't think I look at myself or my career from any stereotype point of view, because that's not my job to do. Maybe the trade and the industry and the viewers or critics might do that, but I don't operate from that viewpoint. So I don't know how to see that. All I can do is see myself and see that this is what I did last time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to enjoy being that same person again or doing the same thing again. Let's try something new. Let's try something I've not done. Even from PKB 1 to 2, my characters were worlds apart.
Yeah.
They were very different. If it was the same person, I would have probably said, "Sir, maza nahi aayega karke." To nahi karte hain. I don't know.
But set templates work for lots of actors because
they
you
do.
continue to build the fan base.
They do, and that's definitely one way of approaching your life. And I guess at some point where I've like gone into certain genres and certain places and had fun, I'm very happy to go back to doing what I did and say, okay, we'll do this again.
Correct.
But there'll be a break from that,
Yeah.
just for me as an actor. I can't do it maybe back to back. I'll just get bored.
This is an intense film the two of you all are doing also. It's a you know, if you've seen the trailer, aapko realize hoga ki it's also dealing with a lot of angst. And I think the current youngsters, earlier 13, 14, 15-year-old would not have had a voice. Now, thanks to social media, they have a voice.
Absolutely.
They're very opinionated. My nephews are 14 and they say, we don't want to do this. It's not like we think about it. I'm not interested.
Oh.
So, and you're just going, he just said no and it's over.
So,
you know, I guess that's how opinionated they are, and that's why this is a coming of age for a lot of youngsters who will watch this. They've not seen a Mandal Commission, they don't know about it.
Yeah.
They've not seen the great Shiva of the times or RGV's films that they've seen.
Yeah.
This for them is a different kind of film, and you know, it's very strong. I think the last time I saw something like this, similar zone was Ishaq Zadeh, which is brilliant when it came out. Of course, fighting caste at that time. But this is must have been a must, yes, a big thumbs up immediately for both of you guys. Or was there some thinking?
For me, the character, Julan, the writing, the lines that she has in the film and the way it's written for her just completely took me. I was in love with her the minute I read it. I told Nikhil sir, I said, I have to be the girl doing this. I can't let this not be me. That's how much I loved her.
When you get a script like that and you say that अगर मैंने एक दिन और लगा दिया,
हाँ.
it's like a broker's house ना. सर मेरे को एक दिन दो ना, मैं कल आके बताता हूँ आपको. अभी टोकन नहीं देना है मुझे. Do you get, is that insecurity there sometimes when a director meets you?
Of
if
course.
I say no today, Sham tak he could say yes to somebody else.
Of course. That's definitely there. I mean, sometimes I feel like if I take too long in finishing to read the script, they'll just be like, she's not calling back, you might as well go somewhere else. So I have to like constantly tell them, no, I am. Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, that happens.
Has that happened with you ever where you've taken too long to say yes?
No, sir. I've never been. अभी तक नहीं हुआ है. अभी गिनी चुनी स्क्रिप्टें आई है मेरे पास, तो मैंने वो पढ़ के मैं बता
बट शिद्दत की बात बढ़ने लगी.
हाँ, थोड़ा सा लगा है, बट वो उतना समय मिल जाता है कि आप पढ़ लो उसके बाद में.
This will be another game changer for you, because you'll have to come through. In the trailer, you've come through brilliantly also.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And of course, there's always discussion in a household that has cinema in it, and in a household where, you know, both of you all are trying to like forge your own name.
Yeah.
And that's brilliant. I'll say you're never, for me, and when I look at you and Vicky, I don't think you're his brother. And that's brilliant, because you're both doing similar kind of strong roles. This kind of a film, when you saw it, when you said yes to it and all, immediate yes, or were you like discussing things also?
No, in fact, I took time to say yes to it, and I told them very frankly, I said, listen, I read the script and I couldn't understand anything because I didn't know about Mandal Commission.
अच्छा.
And
हम बुड्ढे हैं ना.
हाँ, नहीं मतलब अच्छा, तो मैंने सुना था कि मतलब कुछ, but I had no idea about how it was driven and what exactly had happened. And when I read the script, I was like, sir, एक second, मुझे ना थोड़ा सा time लगेगा before saying yes or no, because I don't understand where the script is coming from. Correct. So I had to read a lot about Mandal Commission first, And then I sat with Nikhil sir, and he told me about his first-hand thing with the whole thing and what had happened and
First-hand?
everything. Matlab, he's been he was in that. I don't know whether he was a part of agitation or no, but he's touched upon those people.
He's witnessed it.
Yeah.
He's witnessed it, yes. And so I was like, okay, now sir, give me 2 days and let me read this again and then let me tell you. And when I read that again with that knowledge, I was like, then you have to do it. Also because the very important aspect of the film, apart from the caste-based system that it talks about, is that it poses a different question. कि जो हुआ वो तो हुआ. But क्या ये किसी और तरीके से हो सकता था? Which is why it poses a question of, was it possible to have reservations on economic basis?
Hindsight and history is being questioned now, which is, I love discussions. And I think it works well. We'll talk more about this, don't go anywhere. Hurdang is the film. And of course, when you actually go watch it, and you understand it, I actually think it's a great education for so many people right now to understand. This is like my childhood. I was 10 when this was actually happening at that time, and you just had one television channel at that point. This is prior to the days when you had Star TV and all that. This is just one Doordarshan, whatever they said, aap sunte the us samay and you learnt so much more. But this song also we'll talk about, which I think is fantastic. Whenever I see a girl riding a motorcycle, it just brings back so many memories because I could never ride a motorcycle. I used to ride a Sunny. A little sunny, little moped scooter, and I used to always feel that when you're in the north of Delhi, I think one of the ultimate highs was when a girl used to be riding a bullet. It was one of those, it was one of those days, man. We take a little break and come right back. You're back on StarStop with me, Salil, and Sunny and Nushrratt with me. Hurdang is the name of the film. And like I said, for them right now, it's almost like every week there's another release coming. One of the busiest actresses. It really makes me so happy to see that. Nushrratt, it's fantastic for you to be so busy. Why? Because it's a triumph for so many voices, so many people that were, rooting for you over the years. Is there one of those days when you're going and saying, yeah, ab bolo? It has to be, right? It happens with sportsmen as well. I mean, recently I remember there've been lots of fallouts with cricketers and commentators when they've said, aap to kuch kar hi nahi pate, and today like they're captaining teams and all, na? So, do you feel that at home or with your friends, is there a...
But वो sports field में आपको दिख जाता है कि कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, यहाँ पता नहीं चलता ना, behind the scenes चलता है. तो अगर
But it has been a triumph and you must feel it. When you go to a gym and you start taking a selfie, the attitude changes in the selfie also, na?
Yeah, of course it's been a triumph. I've been part of films where the girl was only a joke and the men took all the laughs and the accolades.
But that was the industry. For the longest time.
For the longest. And there's no. I mean, for me it's black and white. I don't see it in any other way, and I have no problem with it. I'm happy to exist in it and with it completely. But to be able to see the industry change, the films change, the roles change, characters change. Even in a film which is a Daddu Thakur and Vijay Varma and a whole agitation film, you see a Jhulan who has these lines, who has this flavor, which is, for me, strength in itself. It just completely, for me, that's how I've wrapped my head around it. With that, I have Chori and I have Chori 2 and I have 2 other films which I can't talk about. But they are...
Everybody knows about them. वो तो चल ही रहा है ना. अच्छा वो और है. The slate is full.
Which is about a girl, and I feel like wow, we're in that space where people want to make stories on women, and more than people want to make films on them. Audiences want to hear stories for women. They want to sit and watch a film, saying that, hi, what's new? What are we watching? Are we watching a Thursday? Are we watching a Shedni? Are we watching a Shakuntala? What are we watching today? It's a great space for us.
And it's not just cinema. I was actually shocked. I was hosting an event which was about author, her awards, where the women authors felt sidelined, and we never thought about it. They said all the big awards are given to the men. And when they walked up, I suddenly felt really small. I said, why did you choose a male anchor for this? Because it's just so normalized, don't think about it. And I think the industry has that, and people would call this woke at times, but I think too much went on for too long. And I think now in the next 20 years, a lot will change. Do you see the change in negotiations as well? Or is it now that, ma'am, आपको बहुत बड़ा रोल दे दिया, अब और please मत पूछिएगा. ऐसा होता है?
No, the change in negotiations has definitely happened. Definitely happened.
There you go. I like that.
And
it's happened in sport as well.
And I'm very proud of our industry for that. Genuinely, yeah.
What about you? Bird's eye view from the industry now, you're totally inside it.
Yeah.
And now you suddenly see that people will have varying comments as well. Do you roam around filmy circles? Or you are from a film family, so do you meet those people?
Yeah, matlab, I am from a film family, you can say that, but I've never, like when dad, dad's an action director,
Of course.
so when we were kids, he never got that home. So we were never in touch with films as such, we never went to filmy parties or we did not have anything to do with the films till we decided to be a part of it. And even then, because our upbringing has never been so filmy, we at home are not. We understand that we love entertaining people, we love acting, being in front of the camera and doing stuff. So that's a part of our job.
Sometimes heroes need to be larger than life, like heroines are also, at least on social media. I mean, somewhere I know the realism works very well, and I think people are very comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But you sometimes have to up your game for the realism.
For Instagram?
Not just Instagram, the whole world wants social media.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone is waiting outside, waiting for the gym picture.
Yeah.
Or the yoga picture, as to say.
I mean, see, personally, if you ask me, I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
I'm a very private person, so I don't like being clicked outside the gym. जब मैं से पसीने से तुम gym से बाहर निकल रहे हो और अच्छा, oh hi, I just want to like work out, go home kind of a
they're
situation.
waiting because they've been told that 10 to 12 is the workout.
No, and sometimes it's just that and I understand it's the work.
Yeah.
So you give that respect when you're in front of the camera and people are clicking you. So you obviously give that respect. You don't say, "Arey nahi." But I'm saying personally, if I go out for a meal, I want to sit down and quietly have a meal. So I'm that kind of a person. I'm not so into. At the same time, I understand that it's a part of the job to be seen all the time, to be visible all the time, because it's always been there, out of sight, out of mind. We're an audio-visual
Today, thanks to social media, it's really changed. Your social media game is
Absolutely.
pretty strong. It's strong.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
She's
the
very
outside gym pictures. I love the caught me in a bad moment picture. I love the sanyajis. I love the chote pegs. I love the chori. I love it all, bro. I would do it 24/7. Bring it on.
Yeah, no, you are. I was seeing there's a
Totally
lot that goes on in there.
Totally.
It's a separate setup now also.
Yeah.
Do you think it influences filmmakers or casting directors?
I don't think it's a filmmaker or a casting director that it influences. Social media primarily influences the brands. Primarily
absolutely correct.
Primarily influences your monetary value on a social media
Absolutely.
platform.
Because you can quantify it.
You can quantify.
Yes.
The fact that you've now had another source of revenue just being posting pictures and videos and reels is a whole new system that's come into play. So obviously your followers, your likes, your statistics, your insights are all part of making you a bigger brand. वो अलग गेम ही बन गई ना, मतलब कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड आ गया अभी अंदर और हम कॉर्पोरेटाइज हो गए ऑन सोशल मीडिया, तो क्या कर सकते हैं? तो करना तो पड़ेगा.
No, बहती गंगा में हाथ धोना चाहिए.
100%.
Part of this. Are you using this?
I am becoming a part of it. I am becoming
Totally
a part of it. No, absolutely. I'm अभी मैंने शुरू किया है, and she's right, because you can quantify it, and इसीलिए वो बाद में फिर brands come and say कि oh, how many viewership and this and that. I was like, man.
And that's why there's a separate business that started with this. But the film business has to be primary. The films have to work for that also.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to work in your primary thing. Only then will people would want to watch you in other stuff.
But Salil, there are people whose films don't work or who are not doing films and who are killing it on social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
The brands they have are unreal. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So definitely it's separate.
Yes, because I get the list of how much everyone's charging. I'm going like,
See?
What?
Really?
And
Are
they
you
say, sir,
serious?
आप ना बहुत भूले बिसरे हो गए हो सर. बहुत पुराने हो गए सर, आपको लोग नहीं. It hurts. I'm going like, but मैं तो रोज काम कर रहा हूँ यार. सर कोई देख नहीं रहा है सर आपका काम. It hurts. This is a film that you're going to want to. When you say that you have a film that I want to put up on my list and say, ये अच्छी film थी मेरी.
Yeah. So good.
Would this be for you?
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
me,
yeah, obviously.
for sure.
Definitely.
I had a lot of fun playing Jhulan. Like, I finished scenes with him, and we're saying, can we shoot that again? I had so much fun shooting that, saying those lines, being her. I think she's one of, and I can say that in my entire history of characters now, one of those characters I aspire to be. I wish I could be Jhulan as Nushrratt. Like, I could say that and be that. Like, I really do.
You are a little gutsy like that.
Yeah, but you have to watch the film to see what all she says. बोल ही नहीं सकते ये इधर आगे मत रखा करो, चल जाएगी तो कुछ तुम्हारा बचेगा नहीं, तो मेरे किसी काम नहीं आओगे. Who says that? I've never, and that's just one of the, it's crazy.
That's one of the best lines of the film.
That's a strong line if you understand, obviously. But even for you, I mean, it's starting to. Are you when you look at a little jigsaw puzzle? चलो ये मेरा ना लेगेसी जो मेरा 10 साल बाद होगा ना, यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसे मैं फिट करना शुरू कर दूंगा.
हाँ मतलब यार मैं उतना आगे का सोचना नहीं. I just take one step at a time. But yeah, it's nice to be able to do what I want to do. You know, so I can very proudly say that I'm not compromising in any way कि मैंने ये ना चलो करने कुछ है नहीं तो मैंने करने के लिए कर लिया. Touchwood अभी तक वैसा हुआ नहीं है ना. You know, so I'm very fortunate to be a part of this industry and the films that I really wanted to do. So that's.
Is this must have not felt very tough to do, right? Because they're set characters.
Yeah.
You're living that role. Yeah. It's not going back and forth.
Not for me. Maybe for Sunny.
Was it a tougher film for you too? Like
it was.
There's a switch obviously that happens with the male.
No,
character.
also because for him the agitation was more.
Yes.
Like I mean, physically demanding.
I've never been very politically inclined. I've never been, you know, and living in Bombay, growing in Bombay, हम लोगों के colleges में वैसा system है नहीं, कभी देखा नहीं. So just to understand where the angst is coming from and why are they so invested in it, you know. So just to understand those things and kind of develop your psyche around it was the difficult part of it. To understand Daddu Thakur.
Yeah, of course. It's not. A lot of the South films are made on this. A lot of the regional films have a lot of this. I think Bollywood is reaching that stage where we are agreeing to do these kind of. Are you noticing a shift into more realistic cinema?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but I've said this in interviews before. I think, Salil, what happened was, first, being in India, you didn't have access to travel the world the way you have over the past few years. So जब एक हीरो स्विट्जरलैंड में एल्प्स में नाच रहा है तो आपको लग रहा है अरे मैं तो कभी जाऊंगा नहीं, देख तो लिया मैंने. बट अब क्या है, वो सब लोगों ने टिकट लेके जाके देख के करके आ गए कि भाई वो एक शर्ट में और एक साड़ी में आप स्विस एल्प्स में नाच नहीं सकते. बहुत ठंडी नहीं हो सकता है. So they know the reality of that.
अब वो हिमाचल और श्रीनगर जा रहे हैं.
So what they've now come back to saying, वो larger than life पिक्चर हमने देख ली, वो दुनिया हमने देख ली. हम उस larger than life दुनिया में जीते जीते हम अपनी जो रियल दुनिया है उससे बहुत डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए. So any film that went back to भाई ये मेरे पड़ोसी की कहानी है. This is what happened in my neighborhood. ये मेरा ऐसा ही लड़का मेरे नुक्कड़ में रहता है, उसके साथ यही हुआ था. So cinema took audiences back to their neighborhood, their गांव, their village, their small town. And that's the shift that I've seen. That the reason they like these stories, that's why they work.
Yeah, and also even if there is, I mean, I have a little different take on this. Even if it is a larger than life film, you know, it's backed by very real emotions. That's the thing, which is why superhero movies today, if you see, are becoming more and more grounded in reality as opposed to where they're coming from.
That's where I differ. कि सुपर हीरो को तो यार सुपर हीरो है ना यार.
नहीं, लेकिन उनका जो
बट बैटमैन को ह्यूमनाइज कर दिया यार.
वो बहुत अच्छा था.
डार्क नाइट को ह्यूमनाइज कर दिया.
हाँ, बट लेटेस्ट वाली बैटमैन नहीं देखी ना, मेरे को उसको डिटेक्टिव बना दिया यार.
इसलिए वाली नहीं देखी, मैंने लास्ट तक देखी.
ओरिजिनल बैटमैन वाज अ डिटेक्टिव. ओरिजिनल कॉमिक्स वाज डिटेक्टिव सीरीज.
यार तो फिर नोलन की 3 फिल्में नहीं दिखानी चाहिए थी.
हाँ, बट नोलन है ना, वो उसने कुछ कर दिया, उसने डार्क नाइट को डार्क बना दिया.
एक चीज मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि प्लीज डोंट ह्यूमनाइज सुपर हीरोज. ही इज अ सुपर हीरो, प्लीज.
आई लव इट.
Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this film because I'm looking forward to performances. I'm a very performance-oriented viewer, and I think that you're killing it in the trailer only. और वो trailer काफी कुछ दिखा रहा था. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You will meet a lot of in the next few months only, I know. Already तुमने 2 unknown films की बात कर ली, so there are 7-8 films in the pipeline. You will also have a lineup pretty much after this, brother. Take care. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining us. Be for you entertainment. That's the bell icon that you can check out, and of course, take care and bye bye.